Hey, beautiful people. My name's Taylor, also known as Priceless Tay.
And I'm your co-host, Tedia Rosarion.
We want to welcome you back to What the
Finance!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of WTF. I'm Taylor, your favorite co-host. All kidding. We love you, Tedia. Today, we're going to be talking about WTF are two alternatives to college. I know growing up, college was something that I was iffy about, right? Like, I did not want to spend so much time going to school. Meanwhile, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. That didn't turn out the way it did. Neither did my life. But look where we are now. It's so much better than I could have ever expected it to be. And in all honesty, I want to bring up this conversation because sometimes your friends, your family, it's just like the standard to go to college. And it's 2020. We've been through a pandemic. We're still living through a pandemic. We are still paying almost the same amount. I'm still paying the same amount to go to college and finish my degree, and it's all online. Like, how is that even fair, guys? So I really want to talk to you guys about what are different alternatives to college, especially if you're just going to go online and you're not even going to get the college experience and you're really just going to either satisfy your parents or satisfy your grandparents or your family, your brother, sister, mother, whoever you are trying to satisfy to get this degree. Not saying that college is bad or anything. I just want to give you more alternatives because at the end of the day, in my school, when I was growing up in high school, I didn't even know some of these alternatives, and I never even considered them because the guidance counselors were just pushing me, go to college, go to college, go to university, and that's it. They don't talk about community college so much. They don't talk about trade school or vocational school. They don't talk about taking a gap year and truly finding out what you really want in life. Like, I don't want to go. I made a reels that got 60,000 views on it, and it was something like how I picture success. And it was, I don't want to go to school realizing that when I'm 40 years old, I made a decision that was the worst decision of my life in a job that I hated because I had to decide when I was 16 and 17 years old to decide what I'm going to do with the rest of my entire life. So today's episode, we are talking about some alternatives for you. I'm going to be your best friend in this situation. Hey guys, let's talk. Do you want to go to college? Is your parents forcing you to go to college? Is your friends forcing you to go to college? Grandparents, whoever? Do you even want to go to college? Right? Think about it. Just think about it. Lay out the pros and cons. Pros for going, maybe you get that college experience. If you're a party person, guess what? That's a great place to be. But let me tell you now that it's much smarter to stay at home, grab a few beers or whatever you may be drinking instead of going out to the bar and paying for some overpriced drinks. So if you're going to do it right, make sure to do it right and pregame at home, and then buy less drinks at the bar. Only if you are 21. We don't condone underage drinking here, okay? No, but seriously, like college, yes, okay, we have the party experience, we have the societies. It is a great place for networking too. Let me tell you, like in college, I was there just to get my shit done. I went to college, came back home, did my studying, went straight to work to help me pay bills and create more money and create more wealth for myself. College for me was not something where I would go out and make friends and join all these societies and all these clubs, but I highly recommend if that is what you want to do and you want to start creating your network that way by attending college, then do it. Not saying that you can't just go on LinkedIn and do the exact same thing from the comfort of your own home without paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to get a few networks in your contact list. You can see my thoughts of college and how I really think they're screwing us over, but I don't want that to sway your opinions. I'm just I'm just like clearing the air on what I actually believe it is. College also gives you the credibility and a piece of paper that says, hey, you've done it. You're a responsible human adult. You can actually go out to the workforce now and get a decent paying job that you may not even like and continue doing that for the rest of the time being. Because college does not, this is a con, college does not, I don't think, give you the real work experience. Unless you're doing something like a co-op, which some universities have, others don't. I know mine didn't. Then you're not really getting any experience within the field. So now that I talked about college a little bit, you may be asking, the whole point of this is, what's the alternative, Taylor? Can you at least help me with maybe a second option or a second opinion about the whole thing? And depending on what you want to do, here it is, guys. If you have not heard about trade schools, they're sometimes referred to as vocational schools, technical schools, or vocational colleges. They are a post-secondary institution that's designed to give students the technical skills to prepare them for a specific occupation. So basically, any job that you're looking for, when you go and get your teeth cleaned, guess what? They're known as a dental hygienist. This is from a trade school. A plumber that you may know that goes to your house, that's a trade school. Electrician, a nurse sometimes, paralegals, graphic designers, welders, computer technicians, aircraft mechanics, cosmetologists, chefs, marine mechanics. All of these are basically trade schools. Same thing with a real estate agent or a real estate broker. At a trade school, you can get a degree in fields like what I just said: information technology, nursing, health sciences, automotive technicians training, and medical assisting. Now, the great thing about trade schools is that, yes, they do vary, but it's basically between 8 months to 2 years, unlike a traditional college or university, which is 4. And let's be real here, guys. I can't agree with Gary Vee on this one. Time is against us. There's only a finite amount of time that we have. We want to spend it right. We want to make sure that every single second that we're living is going to be something that at least we can try to enjoy. We don't want to be doing something for years on end that we hate, let alone to find out you can't even get a job in that field, or you're just miserable every single day. So with the trade school, you're able to complete this program of study in 8 months to 2 years. And this is something that I think is absolutely amazing. Like, I'm finishing my bachelor's in that amount of time. And people normally don't do that, but this is the reason why I'm bringing it up, because trade schools can do a very similar thing. Also, after completing a trade school program, you can get a job directly related to your field in your vocational school program. So if you are a dental hygienist, after the 2 years that you have been studying, most likely you will be a lot easier to get a job somewhere. It's really different in that these vocational schools, not many people know about them, or not many people do them. It's usually like a family heritage line of thing. Like, how many people do you know that are welders or masons, right? Still working with the stone, still working with the stone and being a part of the Stone Ages. Like, how many people do you actually know? And if you do, it's probably some sort of family business that their grandparents have worked and started. So you can really set yourself up nice here, I think, personally, with a trade school. And I'm just going to read different kinds of programs that you can do and the salaries that come along with it, because you will be surprised how much some of these programs have paid people afterwards within their specific job. Like, I can guarantee you that some of these universities and colleges that say that you can potentially get a job afterwards are definitely not going to pay you as much as some like this. So first off, we have an air traffic controller. You know, you guys, if you travel, I don't know if you're traveling right now, but the guys who are behind the scenes, not actually flying the plane, their average pay is $122,990 annually. Like, For a 2-year program, I think that's pretty substantial compared to what the average American makes. Construction manager, average pay $95,260 annually. Radiation therapist, average pay $85,560 annually. Dental hygienist, the person that cleans your teeth, exactly what I was just talking about, $76,200 annually. Web developer, $73,760 annually. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this, but you can see here that these are actually pretty good. Now, I'm going to read off some other low paying ones because I want to be realistic here. You may not be making at the top like this $122,000. You may want to become a licensed practical nurse, which the average pay is $47,480 annually, or a cardiovascular technician, which is $43,476 annually. Maybe even a real estate agent. This is basically starting what I consider. Actually, it really depends on your location, but what they're saying is $50,730 annually, and this is from onlineschoolscenter.com. So as you can see, really depending on the program that you're doing, it does make pretty good money. It's not something that exactly when you get out of college, this is a well-known fact. When you get out of college, like the median salary is less than $40,000 a year. So considering that all of these are pretty much above that, only for 2 years worth of work, really 8 to 2 years or 24 months, that's pretty substantial. And again, not many people talk about it. So if you guys want to learn more, just take a look at trade school, see if it's something that you like to do. Example, if you want to become an MUA, makeup artist, cosmetologist, esthetician, all that kind of stuff, electrician for the guys, plumber, even girls, who am I to say that? Nurses, both, everybody around here. Check it out. Back again with a commercial break. Make sure to subscribe to Taylor Price's YouTube channel. Just search up Taylor Price. She posts once every single week talking about investing, personal finance, and business. You can find Taylor on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Priceless Tay. Let's get back to it. Okay, the second alternative that I have, and this may be an unpopular opinion, is to take a gap semester or a gap year. Now, when I first started college, basically within pre-med, I dropped out, and the next semester I went afterwards. But during that time that I was not in school for those few months, guess what? I was working my freaking ass off, guys. I was working at an industrial uniform rental company as a manager, and guess what? I realized that I never, ever, ever, ever wanted to do that again. I hate working in such a hot climate place. I like being in front of the scenes. I like talking to people. I like talking to you guys right now. And I realized during that time, I actually started up one of my companies, and from there I started to learn about other passions, and that's how I literally got into personal finance and investing and trading, because I did not like something so much that eventually led me down that path. And without that gap semester, I would not have been able to discover what I really like. See, the thing is that for me, like at school, it was really hard to decipher when you have so many options of what you can do. Maybe it's because you come from a good family background, or maybe it's because you're really smart and you have a lot of options to go to a lot of different universities, a little bit of both, whatever you have, or you're a great athlete. When there's so many options and opportunities that are being surrounded by you, it's really hard to pick one. And so for me, that gap year, I was able to figure out exactly during that time what I really wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And again, I would not be where I am today without that. I would not have the same motivation that I do now to wake up every single morning and love to talk to you guys and love to create videos and love working. I'm passionate about it, and it's really like not a job to me. Like my family, literally, I work all the time and I don't even notice it because I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with what I'm doing, like whether it be designing or content creation. Besides the point, taking that gap year, I think, will really, really open up your mind to explore different opportunities. Like there's this one TikTok guy, he was going to go to USC, I believe, or UCLA, but he decided to take a gap year because everything was going to be online anyway, and he didn't want to spend all of that money. And when he did, he went on TikTok. He showed the world how talented he was at his art. And guess what? Now he has a full-time business selling his art pieces and doing what he loves on his own time, on his own budget, and is able to be so fulfilled with what he's doing. And he wouldn't have discovered that if he didn't take that gap year. I think gap years are almost necessary. It doesn't even have to be a year. It can be a month. It can be 2 months, but really figuring out exactly what you want to do and taking that time to explore different options, I think is going to be so necessary for you to really succeed in your career and excel in life, because there are so many people on this earth, like 7 billion, 9 billion. I don't even know what the number is, but it's in the billions. And at the end of the day, people are separated amongst themselves by either loving what they're doing or hating what they're doing. And you can see the people who are shining through because they love their work. They're able to work all the time. They're able to put their best 110% A+ game into what they're doing. And you can get the job. You can do what you want, like I said, compared to other people who are just not into it. There's such a big difference between authenticity and genuine and being passionate versus just going through the motion. So guys, thank you so much for listening. I'd love to hear, what are your thoughts on this subject? Do you think I'm totally off and wrong and skewed, and that college is necessary to do anything in life? Or are you on the same page as me that it's not exactly necessary? You can go to trade school, you can go to small community college, you can take a gap year to really figure out your side hustle and turn it into a business. I want to know, so tag us in your story, use the hashtag #WhatTheFinance, and we're going to post it on our Instagram. We're going to feature you. I just want to hear back from you guys. I really think it's super important. It's just to see, like, is this a popular belief? Is this an unpopular belief? Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. We perform. We have our podcast every single Thursday. And guess what? Upcoming this weekend, as you guys are watching this or listening to this, I should say, there is a workshop on tapintoit.co. It's free. Make sure to register. There's going to be a lot of awesome speakers on there. The agenda will be up soon, and you'll be able to attend this and learn personal finance tips for free with people like myself. And when it's me and when it's other people like me, it's a fun time. So see you later, guys. Peace. You've been listening to WTF, What the
Finance!
with the one and only
Tedia Rosarion.
And last but not least, Taylor Price. Make sure to receive all of the updates on WTF by texting WTF to 424-2 226 5797. Message and rates may apply.